what's going on? I'm out here at 40th Ave Southwest in West Seattle. This is one of my most recent projects that we're actually pending selling next week, which is super exciting. I want to walk you guys through the process that we did on this one. So this house was kind of tricky in a lot of ways. It took me a long time to figure out a great flow for the house and how to fix the curb appeal, which looks great now. It didn't always look like this. So I'm gonna walk you guys through right now. So very first thing that we had to do was fix the curb appeal of this house. Before we got started, there was no portico in the front, so this front porch area wasn't here at all. And it was like a kind of a dirty green color and just did not look very nice. So the first thing we had to do was like, okay, how can we make this look great? Adding this front porch area completely transformed it. So we did that, and then adding on the shutters on the sides of the windows, then obviously painting the house nice, more modern look, really transformed the entire thing. So that was the number one thing that we did to fix the curb appeal. We got lucky here. We had all the nice rockery on the front of the house and everything. So that was the biggest change. And I think that personally transformed the look completely. So outside of that exterior, we just did, general painting and kind of cleanup. So I'm gonna bring you guys straight inside, and then we'll get into where all the fun stuff happened. All right, guys, one more thing that we actually did. So we replaced all of these railings, and we did something kind of a little bit, more unique than just a standard picket. So we put some nice new posts here, and then we did metal rods. So it just made it a little bit more of a nice, kind of more modern feel. So let's go inside, and we'll check out the big changes in here. All right. So if you guys look through some of my past posts, you'll be able to see what this house used to look like. So I'm going to refer to kind of what it looked like before, but it's very different, I'll tell you that. First thing that we always look for when we come into these houses, I like to call them the disappearing wall act. So in the kitchen over here, there used to be kind of an L-shaped wall that came all the way down here, and there was a door on that side, and then there was a door on that side entering into the kitchen. The kitchen layout was, let's just say, not ideal, and it was really small before. So before you had, I think the stove was on that wall, and then I believe the refrigerator was sitting over here, and the sink was actually in the same location, which is not a really great workflow. The dining room was a lot bigger than it needed to be as well. So what we did is we removed these walls here. We were hoping to get a complete open flow and actually have a bigger island here also. But one of the very first issues we ran into was, okay, well, we can't remove this post here. So this post has got to stay. Originally we wanted at least like a 6-foot island. So when we start looking at that, we then realized we're going to have too small of a space on the other side. So then we're looking at, okay, well, what can we change in order to make a good flow in this kitchen? Because you can't have a little, 20-inch walkway to go through. So like, okay, let's push the kitchen this direction into the dining room. The dining room was a lot bigger than really necessary. So we pushed everything in the kitchen over about a foot or so. And then on this side, we actually built an alcove to slide the refrigerator all the way down into. Doing that, we then save a lot of space for the refrigerator, because you don't have a huge amount of working space in here. So by hiding it in there, we save that space, and then we have actually a pretty big open flow in this kitchen, which turns it into something that's actually really functional. By doing all of that, it then obviously adjusts other rooms. So behind you over here, we have the dining room, which is still a really good size, but by pushing the entire kitchen out, we then had to adjust the lighting in the kitchen as well, right? So we scoot the lighting over, now we have it nice and centered in the dining room area. So outside of that, those are the big changes that we ran into in here. Other big things we did in the house, so this one we ended up doing all new wiring in the house and all new plumbing. Knob and tube wiring is something we always want to replace. We tried to keep some circuits in the house existing, but every time we try that, it never works out. So we ended up having to rewire the whole thing. Another thing you always have to be ready for, in the kitchen you have outlets kind of along the cabinets in the backsplash. When we get into rough end phases, they're all different heights. So you always have to be aware, paying attention to all these little details. Otherwise, they were going to leave the outlets staggered at different heights, and that would not be good. So we catch that early on, and we have to have all the outlets raised and even throughout the house. So that was something we ran into kind of early on, and just always to be aware of. Other than that in here, obviously we did the you know, the new tile over the fireplace, which I think looks really awesome. Herringbone every time we can always looks really good, so we wanted to keep kind of a more traditional look through the house. And then we got lucky again on this house in a bunch of areas. Another one were these floors. So these are actually the original hardwood floors, and we were able to refinish them through the whole house. One thing that I was just talking to a friend about was working on original hardwood floors can be great, but you always have to be really aware of the colors that you're gonna stain them and make sure that it's actually the same wood through the whole house. We've got a couple projects in the past where we get into them and then you have different kinds of wood and it won't take the stain the same. So that's something to always be aware as well. So I'll take you guys back here. I'm not gonna go through the bathroom in detail. We just replaced all of the fixtures, tile, tub, that kind of stuff. You guys can check the photos if you want to see that. But in this bedroom, we did a little bit of a change here. So the original house used to be a big workshop on the back side, and on the back side of the workshop, it was added on years later. And so there used to be a window here, and then another door there that looked down into the workshop, and then actually a side door that went out, and then to the door exterior. So this is actually a bedroom now, so we don't want to have a window looking into the master bedroom now, or another side door. So obviously we closed that stuff off to make this more of a conforming layout. So I'll take you around the corner. I'm not gonna walk you through this bedroom either, it's boring, there's nothing good in here. I mean, it's beautiful, but nothing fun to see. Just new flooring, and then, paint, a little carpet in the closet, and that's pretty much it. This is where the magic happened. This is where we transformed this into an entire new home. So I'm gonna take you downstairs in a second, but I'm just gonna show you guys a peek upstairs real quick. A really cool feature about this house is it has a rooftop deck already. So another one of these things that we actually lucked out on. And this was pretty much all existing. So all we ended up having to do up here was just paint and then just really clean everything up. So this was all pretty straightforward here though, again guys. But again, this is a super cool feature with the house. And paint is my best friend. Paint it and it looks brand new. So we ended up doing that. And then, we just left everything else pretty casual up here. So now I'm gonna take you downstairs to the fun stuff. All right, guys, this is my favorite room of the house now. This used to be it was like a workshop for this guy who used to do upholstery. And so this took more time to figure out than just about anything else. So originally, when we walked downstairs, these stairs used to come straight all the way into this wall, and this was a completely unfinished room. This awesome loft space up here was here before, but it was literally just plywood suspended with wires. And it was like kind of makeshift and okay there. And I thought it was really cool, so we decided to actually keep it, but we ended up having to rebuild the whole thing. So now it's structurally sound, and it's actually a really fun little space for like a reading nook, or like your kids could play up there. We put a little ladder in here for them. So it's just like a fun little area now. So come down here. And again, now before I bought this house, I stopped by here 3 different times, twice by myself, and then once with my entire team, my contractor, project manager, and designer, because I knew there was something to be done in this house, and I knew that it could be really amazing. And so after coming here, the 3rd time and spending literally at that point hours in this house, we came up with an amazing layout, which is to create this awesome master bedroom that we're in now. So if you want to spin around on this side, I'm going to show you guys what we did. So again, the stairs used to come down this way, and I wanted to have an ensuite. We wanted to have a master bathroom, and we wanted to have a walk-in closet. We're pushing $1 million for this house, so you have to have all of these features in order for it to get that price point and attract that audience. So by changing the stairs, we then created this master bathroom on this side. We have a nice big walk-in shower over here you guys can come check out. So we're able to have a nice big shower on this side now, and then we have obviously the toilet and a double vanity. And this is really a numbers game. We wanted to squeeze as much as we could into this bathroom in order for it to still be functional. So typically you would do like a 60-inch vanity, and then you'd have a toilet here and then a standard shower pan. but we wanted to have a little bit bigger shower, and then you have to have 30 inches. Take a note right now. You need to have 30 inches from the center, 15 inches on both sides of a toilet in order for it to meet code, okay? And so by doing that, we then had to make our vanity a little smaller. So this is, I think, is like a 56-inch vanity that we had to kind of create instead of doing a standard size, which is a 60-inch vanity. So another thing that you kind of run into, and you have to be hyper aware of all of these little nuances as you go through the project. Otherwise, we're just going through it. Let's put a 60-inch vanity in here, and then the next thing you know, you call for final plumbing inspection, and you only have 10 inches on this side. You now fail the inspection. What are you gonna do, move the toilet? No, let's remove the vanity and put a new one in. So pay attention, guys, it's very, very important. So that's kind of it in here. When we get over into the other side, I'm gonna explain a plumbing issue we ran into. You gotta get through fall, which I'll touch on when we get in the other room and kind of explain why it's difficult when you install bathrooms in new locations. So again, this bedroom now is amazing. You have really high ceilings. We did all new lighting in here. We put these cool pendants, fun wallpaper, and we completely transformed this space. We have a his and hers closet. Hers is the walk-in, let's be honest. There you go. And then over on this side, we have the his closet. So they're both actually good size. It's kind of a cool space, and you have plenty of room in here now. For most people, this is more than enough closet space, and it's a super cool, unique room, transformed from a workshop to now an amazing master suite. Okay, let's go downstairs. So down here, this is where we did a lot of extra work as well. So again, all of these walls were opened up, all new plumbing, all new wiring. We even had the pleasure of repairing the sewer line, which, do sewer scopes, guys. They are no fun. It's the shittiest part of the job. Yeah, pun intended. So always do sewer scopes. It was like another couple $1,000 for us to fix it, but older homes, you always want to double check that stuff. So the original layout down here there was kind of a non-conforming bedroom on this side. It was too narrow, and there was no windows in it, except for windows actually looking into the, at that point, workshop. That's, again, not ideal. So we closed all those windows off, and we tried to figure out what made the most sense for this really large space down here. This house is surprisingly big. You look from the outside, it looks like a little home, but there's tons of space here. So again, going back and forth, having a great team, we decided, let's make this side the bonus room. There was another bedroom on that side, which was almost conforming, but not fully. So we decided to keep the bedroom there. The furnace and the water heater used to be kind of centered almost where that desk was. None of these walls were here, and this bathroom wasn't here before. So we decided, okay, the laundry used to be on that side. Let's move the laundry and the furnace and the water heater over here. Let's create a nice big utility room and laundry room that's actually functional now. And then let's add another bathroom right here. So we took this house from being, I guess it was kind of a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, to now we have 2 bedrooms upstairs, a full bath upstairs, another bedroom on this side, another bedroom here, so a total of 4 bedrooms, and then we added 2 more baths, so we now have 4-bed, 3-bath house. So to touch on the plumbing issue, you always have to have the plumbing be gravity fed, otherwise you have to install a grinder pump, and it's just another cost. You need more space and more issues. The plumbing line goes down into the drain on this side and connects to the city. So we added 2 bathrooms on the complete other side of the house. And in order to get fall, you have to have enough area, enough linear feet to have the water and waste be gravity fed all the way to the sewer line. As soon as we start getting into this, after we have the plans approved and we're getting underway, then the contractors and plumbers are like, guys, I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it. So then, we kind of start stressing out, and we got pretty lucky because the master bath is sitting up higher. We were able to get enough fall to be able to come down here. We had to cut the concrete over to this side, cut it all the way to this side, and we were just like within an inch able to actually make fall to be able to have it pass plumbing code to have everything be gravity fed all the way to the plumbing stack over on this side. And we also, by the way, had to move the entire plumbing stack, which is the main sewer line, all the way into this wall in order for everything to kind of open up on this side as well. So other than that, we can just take kind of a quick peek into the bathrooms. You guys can see all new tiles, tubs, you know, all the normal stuff that you always do in order to really create something that's really fun and a nice transformed house. And then a nice big laundry room and utility room here, again with really fun tile. We really wanted to do a lot of, you know, add some more character into this house to be able to, you know, turn it into something that fun somebody's really gonna love. And then finally, over on this side, this is just a mudroom. This was actually here before, but again, all of this was just concrete down here. So we ended up just turning this into a nice mudroom, put some fun tile down here. You have a side entrance off the house over here, so you come in from the garage on the back side. You can walk in down here, maybe on your way over to the master bedroom, drop your stuff off, and then head back to the bedroom. And then last but not least, so this was the original third bedroom. However, it wasn't a legal bedroom at that point either. If you guys have watched me for a while, you know we do a lot of basements, and we have to finish a lot of basements, which means creating bedrooms below grade. So you have to have an egress window. So we had to cut the concrete over here. We had to create an actual egress window to be able to get out of the house, and that would turn that into a proper bedroom. Originally, we were supposed to be able to keep the framing on this wall also, and there was like a kind of a makeshift closet on this side. We ended up having to demo everything. It wasn't done properly. So of course, we have to do it right? Always have to do it right. So we had to reframe the wall, and we framed a proper closet, and then adding the egress window turned this into an actual proper legal bedroom now. And so that kind of wraps up down here. And then we can come back up this side of the house. And again, this leads out to the side. You have the garage down on the other side there. So this is probably going to kind of be the main entrance when you're coming in and out of the home. And then we're back right to the heart of the home, which is the kitchen. So that pretty much wraps it up, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. If I'm missing something you guys want to hear more about, just let me know. Otherwise, we'll keep these coming. So thanks for watching.